Let's just take a look at what it will take for the president to have a new cabinet. And Article 152 of the Constitution details that. Of course, first we start by establishment of the cabinet including the president, the deputy president, attorney general, and between 14 and 22 cabinet secretaries. As it stands tonight, there's only one cabinet secretary, and that is the CS for Matters Foreign Affairs, and also the prime cabinet secretary, that is Musalia Mudavadi. But also Article 152 of the Constitution talks about the process that the president shall nominate persons that he wants to be in the cabinet, and after that the National Assembly is expected to vet those nominees, and if approved, the president then appoints and the cabinet is sworn in. Let's just walk through what that process looks like, and this is by looking at the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act of 2011 that says that the president will first notify the National Assembly of those nominees. So once that has been decided, after the process that the president was speaking about that is going to involve broad-based consultations, the Speaker of the National Assembly then communicates that notification to the House itself. Then the National Assembly, that is the Appointments Committee, which is already existing, and it is chaired by the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, is expected to conduct the approval hearings. The timeline there is 28 days, but of course they're split into different activities. Then beyond that, what we know is that the cabinet that has been dismissed today, last time the president named it on the 27th of September 2022, and then on the 6th of October, the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, informed the House of those nominations. Then the vetting continued, it happened, and then the vetting report by the Committee on Appointments was presented to the House on 26th of October 2022, and it was approved, and then on 27th of October, the Cabinet Secretaries were sworn in. The State House, and of course today, marks the end of that process, and the Cabinet Secretaries affected. Now, the same law talks about that during the vetting process, which is very important, the candidates will be assessed based on the academic credentials. There will be a professional training and experience, and of course, very important, personal integrity and the background. Now, something else, because the 21 cabinet secretaries and the Attorney General have been dismissed, what is the cost implication when it comes to seeing them off? Of course, the state officers at that level are guided by regulations of the Salaries and Remuneration Commission that spells out that they should get a gratuity of 31% of their basic salary for every year worked. And then, of course, that has to be subjected to taxation, which is 30%. So let's do some math here to see how much it's going to cost the country. Now, the first year in office, between November 2022, which was the first full month, until June 2023, which was the last, was the 8th month of that year, the basic pay was 554,400 shillings for every cabinet secretary or even the Attorney General, and that was a period of 8 months. So the gratuity for that particular period is supposed to be 31% of the basic salary for 8 months. It gets you to 1.37 million shillings, but then it's subjected to taxation of 30%. Once you get 412,000 shillings off it, then you end up with 962,000. So the first year of 8 months between November 2022 and June 2023 will see every cabinet secretary dismissed receiving 962,000. Now the subsequent year, that is the second year, from July 2023 until June 2023, remember there was a pay rise that was gazetted by the SRC. So the basic pay rose from 554,000 shillings to 574,000 shillings, 200 shillings, and the gratuity again is 31% of that for the 12 months that they have worked, which is 2.14 million shillings, subjected to taxation of 30%. You knock off 640,000 shillings that goes to the government, and then the net pay for that is 1.49 million shillings. So put together, what are we talking about? We're talking about that every cabinet secretary dismissed will receive 2.45 million shillings, that is of course net of tax, and in total for the 22 cabinet secretaries that will be 54 million shillings that they will be receiving. And of course, having spoken about that, then what is important to note is that the cabinet secretaries, especially those that may be lucky to come back, they will not be receiving the gratuity, but as of now, that's how the math look like.